Hi guys, this is Hugo from TechQuartier, doing an interview now with one of our new community members, a founder, Markus from JoS QUANTUM. Hi Markus.
Hi Hugo, nice to be here.
We thought about showcasing this new startup because they're in a really interesting field, the field of quantum computing for the financial sector. So a very niche type of startup, I would say. But maybe before we jump into what they do, maybe you can tell us a bit, Markus, how you came about this idea and how you decided to jump into founding your own startup.
Yeah, so first of all, thanks for having me. So it started to found my company. We started last year, May, to think about it and get really serious in beginning this year. So then we started the founding process and we directly approached the TechQuartier to sit here because here is a fintech hub of Frankfurt. And then we went to found this company here. So how do we come to quantum computing? It was pretty easy for me because I studied physics. I went in the direction of quantum physics. I worked in quantum chaos, it's called, where
Quantum chaos?
Yeah, the chaotic behavior in quantum system.
We're already getting in the sci-fi of it. Did you study here in Frankfurt?
No, I studied in Magdeburg and went off to Tokyo to study in these two directions, and then even went to Taipei to go beyond my studies a bit of. Then I went into the financial sector, got used to the financial stuff, and so I decided to take this quantum advantage into the financial sector. And so the idea of quantum computing in financial services was born, and our company was born like this.
So you have a technical background and industry experience. I would say you worked for a bank or for a financial service provider, or?
Yeah, I worked for a bank and a consultancy for banks and banks.
Okay.
So I worked in this risk management, risk modeling, and did some big data analytics there. So I felt the pain which we have within banks, this huge amount of data which we cannot straight analyze in a good way. And there is this huge opportunity which quantum computer can bring us. And I try to combine these two areas, like quantum computing industry and financial service industry.
So maybe I'm a bit of a layman when it comes to deep tech technology and sci-fi quantum stuff. What do we mean by quantum? So I'm imagining this extremely powerful computers that can just process more data than regular computers. Is that just like a simple way of conceiving it, or?
It's basically it's quite right, but it's really oversimplified. So it's a new way of computing. It's a completely new way. So there's this classical analogon of bits, is quantum bits in the quantum community technology, in the quantum computing area. And these quantum bits are small objects like electrons or ions, and they can have inherent different states, and you can define this as quantum as computing states as well, and then you can start new way of calculating with these form.
Okay.
So it's a completely new way. There are possibility upgrades, speed upgrades, but there are also algorithms which cannot show an upgrade over classical algorithms, because sometimes we're already at the limit. So why do we need an upgrade there? But there are different kind of algorithms show that there is an exponential speed boost over classical algorithms.
So there's many things that are not possible to do without quantum that this would unlock, so to speak.
So there is a lot of things quantum computing will unlock. But there are also some things which will stay untouchable, but we cannot define it yet because we all research to find these two different types, and we all want to have the exponential ones.
Right.
We want to have the algorithm who really speed boost something.
Okay, yeah. And so you started your company here in Frankfurt
Yeah.
mid last year, almost a year ago.
Yeah, basically, so this was a they were not really founded, so we started to work on it and other stuff, and we founded it beginning this year.
Okay.
So, and I think the whole founding process took a bit longer than expected.
Okay. And so your customers are banks, financial institution, like large traditional players of the financial industry, or it's industry agnostic? Your focus right now?
No. So we were focusing on banks, insurance companies for risk management purposes, and also for algo trading. We go into investment banks and like hedge funds and fonds.
And how open are these guys to meeting you and just like exploring that concept? Is this still really early in the adoption phase? Is this still like esoteric to them? Or do you have like key people that you can talk to within those organizations that are, almost if not more qualified than you, and they know their shtick when it comes to quantum? Like what's the dynamic when you approach a bank?
So banks always are a bit slower than we startups used to. We want to have it fast and really, really fast, but they're usually really open for this topic, because this topic, they know everyone knows a bit of it, heard a bit of it in the press, and don't know really what kind of categories, so how to categorize it, and how far are we, how far do we need to go, which next steps are following. And this is exactly what we're trying to do also with our company. We're helping them to evaluate their opportunities in this new area.
Almost educating them.
Yeah, it's like a knowledge transfer.
Okay.
So we are helping them to find this new approach and to identify new algorithms who can run quantumly. This is our approach.
What's your main challenge, like right now in your company?
To find customers who really are willing to go completely into it, because basically it's sometimes, we need that, we see that, but they're still struggling to say, we need that in the near term, which definitely will happen, because there are algorithms who can bring a benefit in the near term. And to see that they're still struggling to say, then let's invest a bit money just in research to do that is pretty tough.
So even a POC, like just even creating this sandbox, or not a sandbox, but like testing out your solution is not so easy, like even in the open data context, open banking context.
Currently we're just facing tough decisions, but maybe this will change sooner or later. Hopefully it will change, knock on wood.
And in terms of the community here at TechQuartier, you have a lot of other startups. A lot of them work with advanced data processing and analytics. Are you seeing any potential collaboration? Since you have a clear focus, are you seeing like a potential fit with other players here that you could potentially associate with some other startups and approach banks together? Or in terms of collaboration, what's your thought on that?
We were thinking about it. We talked with some guys here, or we will especially talk with some guys here who work in different fields. Like you have blockchain guys here, and we have some advantages in blockchain and all this cryptocurrency stuff as well. The quantum computer will their benefit and also be a threat, kind of both. But we will talk with them here, and we have nice talks with everyone, but currently not serious, but it will get serious soon.
And the rest of the ecosystem, like, do you feel alone in like a no man's land in terms of quantum, or like is there a lot of meetups? Is there conferences? What's the Rhein-Main like for quantum startup these days?
This is like worldwide a bit tougher, because it's a really small area. As we said, it's a niche area. It's not like it's this huge, not so many experts on it. So we're focusing a lot on international collaborations and international talk with other companies who work in this field. But we try to implement such a thing here in Frankfurt, that we have a more open quantum community and talk a bit more about it. But this will take a bit time to settle everything. But we're going this way.
All right. Well, guys, I don't want to keep you too much, but thank you so much, Markus, for this quick talk. It's really interesting stuff, and Yeah, we'll stay posted on the developments with JoS QUANTUM. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
All
Thanks
right.
for having me.
Cool.
Bye, guys.